Hello, my name is Thomas Yelloweyes with Knife Train Pickleball, and today we're going to talk about the 5 phases or the 5 stages of pickleball. So this is how, when I first started learning to play the game and then when I started learning to teach the game, this is how I learned to break the game up. And it became so useful because it helped me know where to start and what I was working towards, and it also let me know what phase of the game or what stage of the game that I still needed to work on. I still needed to when I was drilling, to drill in to start getting better so I could continue through it. Because although it could be easy to maybe play through or skip some of these stages initially, as you move up in level, it's gonna be more important that you know how to work through these. Because also, when you're in each of these stages of pickleball, it starts allowing you to know that when, say, you're in stage 3, it'll let you know what all your options are, right? What are my shot options? What should I be looking for on defense? When you start breaking it up, it starts making the game a lot more easy to. You don't have to know the whole game and everything that's happening at once. You just need to know, like, when I'm in this stage, what I should be looking for. And you're not thinking of stage 1, 2, or 4, and 5. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so 5 stages of pickleball, and we're going to let this red team represent the serving team. This green team here is going to represent the receiving team. All right, so we're going to talk about, that's what the score is going to be when we first start. And we're going to talk about stage 1, which is the serve. Okay, so server here, right side, is going to serve cross court to here. When this player here serves and this ball lands, because we know we have the 2 bounce rule, we know when this server serves the ball and it lands here, that is stage 1. So getting the ball to bounce inside on the right side of the court to the right receiver, we know that we're being successful. At the beginner level, this is where I get players to focus. Start in stage 1. Start working on getting, 99, 100%, 99% of your balls in. So when you get to 80, you start getting to 90, then you're starting to get a hang of that stage. Here's what I'll say. Okay, so I teach a lot of beginners, a lot of low-level, intermediate, even up to intermediate players. And here's the thing. It's so great to teach them all of these crazy things with the serve and the spin and all of that stuff. But at the beginner level, that actually works against a lot of the players in my teaching experience. So I don't teach them anything crazy in stage 1. All I teach them is, let's get the ball in and let's get the game started. Okay, so we're just starting with the basics, right? So that was stage 1, which was the serve. And now we're going to go to stage 2, which is the return. Okay, so server 2 here, 002, served to the return player here. Now this return player, so we know the serve team, the server has to get it on this side of the court. Can't hit it on this side and can't hit it out, can't hit it in the no volley zone. Once they serve that, then this player can return the ball, but they can return it anywhere, right? So that's the first thing I let them know, is that you can return this ball anywhere in here and get it in, okay? So 1, that was, so it's important to note that when the ball bounces on the serve, the minute it hits the first bounce, that phase 1 is over, or stage 1 is over. After the bounce, stage 2 starts, and that's the return. Okay, so because this player has to let it bounce. So the player hits it, lets it bounce, and then they hit the ball deep into the middle, which is what I teach. Go to the middle between your 2 players. That gives you room to miss either side, left or right. But also forces these 2 players to have to communicate. Okay, so that's just basic strategy. I don't get any more crazy than that. when I'm teaching them the return is just to get it deep, get it to the middle, force these two players to have to communicate who's going to cover the ball, right? And then again, this is beginner, low level, intermediate, even up to intermediate players there, right? And so then what does this player need to do after they hit the ball? Their goal is to join their partner up here at the no volley zone, okay? So they want to hit a ball that gives them time to do that. And that's another thing that I teach them is, yes, our goal is to get here, and we would like to do it in the first shot, but sometimes you have to work your way up there. But it's important to note that if I give myself more time with this shot, more air under the ball, and go deeper with it, it gives me way more time to get to the line, okay? So when that ball bounces after the return, stage 2 is over. The minute it bounces, stage 2 is over. Now we're into stage 3. This player is there, this player is there. Now this team is back and this team is at the line. This team has the advantage. This team is at a disadvantage. So the next thing to ask ourselves is, where does this team want to be? Okay, I have my players ask themselves this question: what is the next place I want to be on the court? Because the minute they ask themselves that question, all of a sudden they start remembering, because I need to be here, what shot do I need to hit to get there? Okay, or what shot do I need to hit to set that up, right? And then that starts eliminating just trying to get the ball over or just hitting the ball hard, right? That's a mindset shift, and it starts allowing them to now start being more purposeful with their shots. Now again, beginners, low level, intermediate, I'm just planting seeds. I'm just starting to build things that are going to be useful down the road. But that's one of the things that get them to start asking themselves, where's the next place I need to be? This team right here knows they need to be here at this line. So they need to hit a shot that gets them there. Now, the 99% answer I get all the time is, I want to lob this ball over the back of this team, okay? Beginner level, low level, intermediate, surprisingly, that is somewhat of an effective shot, right? And they have success with that. And then they get up to the intermediate level, they start getting into the 3-5 level. You're getting more tennis players in the game that have great overheads. The lob doesn't work. You have to be the lob, you're having to be more and more perfect with the lob to actually get it in here. So I really stress the beginner level to get the ball into the no volley zone. So say the ball is returned here and this player knows that I'm taking the ball. They're going to drop the ball into the no volley zone. And the goal is for them to get to the line, right? So that's stage 3. The stage 3 is going to be the third shot, right? So they're back here and they're going to hit the ball into the no volley zone here. No volley zone, right? They can hit the ball into here, and the goal is for them to get to the line, right? So what happens if they hit the ball that's a little too deep and this player can hit it back? Well, now this third shot becomes a 5th shot, and the 5th shot becomes a 7th shot, and the 7th shot becomes a 9th shot. The goal is to get to this line, right? This is where a lot of players will get caught, all right? This is where a lot of them will panic. This is where they start hitting the ball hard. This is where they're trying to do lobs. This is where they're trying to do just survive. They're trying to survive. But once they ask themselves, where do I need to be? Where's the next spot I need to be? It starts then answering the question that, hey, I want to get this shot in here and I want to get to the line, okay? So it's important to note also that if one of them doesn't make it, one of them back here, you're still in stage 3, okay? Even if the game is still going here, your team is in stage 3, this team is not. They're in stage 4, right? This team is in stage 3. If this player makes it up, you're into stage 4, and then this player gets caught back, you're back in stage 3, okay? So it's really easy on a basic level that if you get back, your goal is to get back to this line. So then you need to try to hit some shots into the no volley zone, force that team to bounce the ball so you can get back to the line, okay? So that starts taking a lot of guesswork out of where I should be, what I should be doing. You start breaking the game down in that, like that. Okay, so now both players, and what makes this go into stage 4 is both players have made it to the line, and now all these 4 players are here. Now you're in stage 4, which is the short game, the slow game. Basically, we're dinking the ball, right? Now, beginner level, low level, intermediate level, this is just going to turn into a firefight, which is great. Just getting them to the line is a lot of times that's the great success. That's a great place where they're probably going to be, is trying to figure out how to get to this line. And they're going to probably spend some time there, which is okay, because again, it's a mindset shift that needs to happen. Then when the mind shift happens, you know you need to work on, you need to have this shot, which then in turn allows you to go, now I need to work on this skill so I can hit this shot, so I can get to the next level, right? So here we are, we're in stage 4, which is the short game. And here we are. So now they're dinking the ball. And the goal here is, we know that this is a chess match. It's not a checkers match. So in checkers, you can make a quadruple jump and win the game. So like here, when you have a player who's just trying to hit every ball hard, they're essentially playing checkers. They're trying to win on every shot, right? And we know when we get into this stage, this is where, like, when I start teaching in this level, that's when they're starting to get into that intermediate level. They're starting to work on going, hey, what does it take to get to, say, past 3-5 and start getting onto the 4-0 level. Well, we need to start working off, we need to make this transition here, but now here we are at the no volley zone. We need to start understanding what this is, and this is a chess match. You're thinking 2-3 shots ahead. I'm trying to set you up in 2 or 3 shots. So I'm going to move you over here, and as soon as you move over here, I'm going to hit another shot right here, and you're going to slide over and pop the ball up, right? Or you're going to hit the ball in the net, or you're going to miss the ball, right? I'm trying to create I'm trying to create the other team to give me something that I can hit as a winner, or make an error that benefits us, right? So we're moving the ball around, right? We're moving the ball around, trying to force these players to move left and right, okay? Forcing them to, ideally, easy is they put it in the net, they miss the shot. That makes it easy, but if we're doing the short game, is going to happen. Hopefully, what's going to happen is then we get the put away. So you hit this ball over here, and the player slides, and then you hit that ball back over here, or you hit this ball over here, and this is what happens a lot. You hit the ball over here, and then the player pops the ball up, and now you're standing there ready to put the ball away. That's what we call the put away. That's stage 5, right? That's what we're working towards. We're working towards hitting a put away shot. We're working towards putting these players under pressure, putting them in a position where they pop the ball up, or they hit a shot that is high, and now you can counter that, or you can sit on it and wait for that ball to come to you, and then you can put it away in an open spot, right? So that is the 5 stages of pickleball. That's what we're looking to do in the basics, right? And again, what was so important with me was, once I understood the 5 stages of pickleball, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the serve, return, third shot, slow game, short game. It's also where you're dinking, and then you got the put away, right? You got the put away shot. So there's the 5 stages, and when I'm in those stages, as my pickleball IQ grows, then I can start adding more to each one of those. I also know what my goal is, right? In each one of those, and then also learn how I could counter, how I can even attack from certain parts of the court in those stages or those phases. All right, so that is a great way to break the game down, and it will, in long term, will start helping you learn to drill. Help you ask a question: what stages do I do well? What stages do I need to do more work in? And then that'll start helping you build your drilling program, right? Okay, so that's pretty quick, pretty simple. I hope that helps a lot. It helps some of you, especially beginners, to start understanding more of like, hey, now that I understand this, it'll help me start building my game, right? Because you're also going to find out in these 5 stages how you respond best in each one of those, and you're going to start finding your game. Okay, it's not going to look like mine, it's not going to look like somebody else's. It's going to be your game, but it's going to be one that you do well, and most importantly, it's going to be one that you do well with a partner, right? Unless you're playing singles, like, and that's one thing I've had to learn was, how do I do this well, my game well, and then how do I get it to work with somebody that plays this way, right? So once you start developing your game, it makes it easier to start working with somebody else. Okay, all right, good. That's it for today. Again, my name is Thomas Yellow Eyes with Night Train Pickleball. Please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Love to have them join us. We're going to start doing this every Wednesday. That's why we're calling it Whiteboard Wednesday. Going to come up with some basic stuff. Please ask questions. Leave comments like, hey, I'd like to see a video on this. Hey, I'd like to see a video on that. And we'll put it on the list and may even tag you in it and say, hey, here's the video coming. And what I'll try to do is I'll try to post earlier in the day to let you guys know that we're going to do this. Okay? Again, we'll see you next Wednesday.